Venku is the #1 platform to book hunting trips online. Search and compare over 3,000 guided and self-guided hunts available across the United States. From pristine ranches out west for elk to fast-paced Texas hog hunts and swampy Louisiana gator camp, you can book it online at Venku.com. If you're an outfitter who spends all your time in the field, Venku takes the headache out of keeping up with the business side of your operation. Venku handles payment processing, waivers, bookings, and simplifies communication with clients. Get started for free at Venku.com. You are listening to Off the X Podcast with your hosts, Forrest Carvajal, Tyler Wells, Barrett Moon, and Matt Covington. Brought to you by Venku, Adventure Awaits. Pattern Pros, where simplicity meets results. Hunt Proof, the premier waterfowl mobile app. Migra, custom waterfowl ammunition. Rixie Outdoors. Wellens Land, Arkansas's leading real estate and development group. And Pond Creek Duck Calls. Call with confidence.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Off the X Podcast. I'm Forrest Carvajal here with my best good friends, Mr. Matt Covington. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Mr. Tyler Wells?
Doing good. The finish line is in sight.
Oh, it is so friggin' close. And Mr. Barrett Moon, how's it going over there?
I'm doing good.
Doing well? Doing good?
Well, doing good.
You've been in the deer woods, and it's time to forget those mountain goats and yard goats. Leave them be. It is game time. Forget everything else, all the minor league, bush league stuff. It is duck season, okay? Dude, I'm so pumped. I cannot tell you how hard it's been all day to keep my energy level down because I'm like, it's so freaking close. It's so close. I'm ready to go.
And we gave you an energy drink.
And you did give me an energy. Actually, I mean, it's given me a little bit of energy probably. This is my first ghost.
Yeah.
They gave me the pink. Why did you give me pink? Like, honestly, I was a little offended by it. But I was like, there's a lot of other flavors, but he was like, Forrest, he needs pink.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I'll give you that. So, okay. We got a lot of fun things to talk about tonight. We're going to try to keep everything positive. I have one negative thing that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. Our special Game and Fish likes to just drive me nuts. So they posted something today. Like, they just had to put it out.
I knew you were going to say something.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I mean, do we need to go ahead and get it out of the way? That way we finish on high notes?
No, we're going to start on a good note. We're going to be happy. Then we're going to stump our toe or something or another right there at the end and then do one more happy thing.
That's a compliment sandwich. Start with the good, then a little negative criticism, and then you finish off.
Exactly. That's what we're going to do. All right. So actually, a couple weeks ago, Barrett came to us with this idea. He wanted this new segment, something new for the podcast. And I will let you explain it a little bit more, and then just you have the floor.
No, I mean, we've all just kind of had conversations, and we're always discussing, and mainly these three guys. I mean, in the group text, it's like ideas being tossed around, and so I kind of thought of one day, and I was like, I'm just gonna toss it out to the guys, and like, hey, what if we had listeners as the hunting season's changed or whatever? What if we had listeners? Let them submit stories to us, and we'll pick the ones we like, and we'll read them in an episode. So that's kind of what we. I told Tyler the other day, I was like, I had somebody send me one, and I'm not letting anybody have an option like it's getting read because I loved it. So I can't say the person's name on the podcast, but because I don't know what the statute of limitations are. But we're going to read one tonight. But what we want and what we'd like to do going forward is hopefully we want you guys to choose your best or favorite outdoor related or hunting related story and send it to us, and we may put out you can either send it via Instagram. I mean, if you can fit it. I don't know if Instagram has a word count limit or not on sending a story, but I thought about creating a Off the X Gmail or whatever.
Yeah, just get in touch with us, and we'll figure out a way, because
pretty sure we have one.
Okay, well, even better.
There we go. Info at offthex.com.
I will let you know.
No,
it's not that.
Well, we'll put it out there and get you guys the email address to send a story. We're trying to keep it between like 3 to 5 minutes of oratory length, and we will pick the ones that we like and share it with you guys.
Oratory. That's a big word.
I know.
Oratory, hey,
What does that start with?
an A.
Are you sure?
No, it's an O.
I was like, H.
It's a K. The K silent.
Yeah, so it starts with a PH.
K as in knife.
So we have one submitted by a listener. His first name is Jason, and that's all I can share.
Oh, yeah, we'll go ahead and say this ahead of time.
Yeah.
You can say my name, or I want to be anonymous.
Say my name.
Yeah, exactly. So anyhow, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. I'm excited to hear the story.
You can choose to. You tell us if you want us to share your name or not. But all right. So from Jason. As a boy, having been born and raised on the very edge of the Arkansas Delta meant that duck hunting was not only a rite of passage, it was a form of religion. I started shooting at ducks from a very early age. In the early years, we'd go hunt some minnow ponds that family owned that were built literally on the bank of Upper Biomeda in Lone Oak County. This kind of hunting wasn't traditional timber or flooded field hunting, but to us as 8 to 10-year-olds, it was easily accessible, free, and close by. You'd shoot everything from coots to gadwall, shovelers, and then teal and mallards with only one pintail to blow over our set. It was there that I became aware of all the typical early learnings of shooting ducks. You know, the whites of your eyes, leading the bird, wind direction, and how to use it, etc. I was hooked and quickly addicted. I was fortunate across the teen years to hunt under some excellent stewards of conservation, both in land and migratory bird habitat. I learned a lot and became very respectful of the rules, laws, and traditions of waterfowl hunting. Fast forward a bunch of years. I had hunted ducks in almost every setting, every habitat in almost every state, even remotely associated with a flyway, any flyway. But the flooded green timber was my home and my favorite way to shoot ducks. Work took me out of state, and I rapidly developed hunting opportunities in my new home. Some years passed, and I'd hooked up with a group of guys, and we decided to form a club. Our individual contributions allowed us to acquire land, develop the land for duck hunting with water control structures, etc., and build a lodge. We were fortunate that we were able to locate and position everything uniquely between two prominent waterfowl refuge areas along a prominent river. The club really was gaining recognition among dedicated duck hunters to the point that we began getting petitioned to take outside folks hunting for a fee. Not guiding, so to speak, but allowing them to hunt alongside us. This led to a feature article in a local newspaper. Then subsequently, a regional outdoor cable television show wanted to come do a segment on waterfowl hunting. Everything was all set. The crew shows up, and off we go into a smaller 60-acre block of flooded hardwoods that we had rested for the preceding week. The plan was to film a segment to be aired later. Then when that segment would air, at the end of it, they were going to cut to a live shot. We filmed the segment, and it was a great shoot. One duck shy of a full 7-man limit. 2 weeks went by, and the date it would air was coming up. The crew called to make arrangements to come do the live shoot. We decided to do an evening hunt over a 40-acre flooded field. We go live as the sun was setting, and birds are returning to roost on the pond. The conversation turned to the season and what lies ahead. At that very moment, from our left, 3 Canadian geese are locked on to land in the pond. The camera swings to put them in view when, as if cue, without thinking, me and another guy swing on them and fold all 3 like wet towels. They hadn't even hit the water when we both turned to look at each other and in unison say, "Goose season opens tomorrow." Years of hunting legally, responsibly, and ethically out the door as fast as number 2 steel, all on live TV for everyone to watch.
That is, dude, I love that. That's such a good story. It just sucks you in the whole time, and then bam, this hilarious moment at the end.
Happy waterfowl season.
That is great.
Kudos to you, Jason. I'm sure you've already had your
awesome.
Your entry fee to the season has probably already been paid for that one, but golly, what a story.
Yeah, it was. I read it and I was like, "This is incredible!" Like you read the whole story and you're like, "I didn't read the bottom. I didn't know what was coming up."
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it just hits you. And you're like, "Oh gosh!"
Goose season opens tomorrow.
So,
well, those are big shoes to fill,
Right.
What do they say to follow? Be hard to follow.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard one to follow, but
send us your stories.
send us your stories. I love this idea because I like talking with the followers and people that we've gotten to know through the industry and everything else. So like I'm super excited to hear some of these stories because we hear them from other people.
Right.
We don't ever talk about them on the podcast,
Right.
but we hear them, and I want to get them out there. I love this. Great idea, Barrett. And
Story times with Barrett.
yeah, we got to think of a name. You got to think of a name.
I said that is not what I want.
Well, story times with Uncle B.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, that sounds
What
worse.
did you say earlier? Moonlight stories or something? I kind of like that.
Moon night stories, like good night stories.
How about just listener submitted stories? Off the ice.
That's not catchy at all.
Well, it's also it's also
And if you want to sponsor that segment, just let us know. A good bourbon sponsor would be awesome for that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's get into this. So, like we said, duck season is here. It's about to happen. So we want to get into something just easy first. Do's and don'ts of duck season. So public land do's and don'ts, private land do's and don'ts. What's kind of one of the things that comes to your mind? Whoever wants to go first, go ahead and jump in.
Do's and don'ts.
Yeah,
This
do's
year,
and don'ts.
don't scout early because you'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Read the regulations.
Right,
That's a
right.
good do.
One of my dues was actually be early. If you get
There you
invited,
go.
be there early. Be on time.
Yes.
That's a very good one. Yeah, if you get invited,
It's a
be
good
there
way to
early.
not get invited back.
Yeah.
Could also apply to a job interview.
Yeah.
True.
Wear your life jacket.
Yes.
Do wear your life jacket.
Don't shoot until you're told to shoot.
By who?
Whoever's calling the shots.
Oh, okay.
Like for a new hunter getting into it.
Yeah. If you get invited, you don't shoot unless you're told to shoot.
Yeah.
And if you get invited on a hunt, don't pick up your calls first thing unless you're asked.
Forrest Carvalho.
No,
Yeah,
I
or-
still don't even do that sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I have a hard time doing that. Like when I get invited, I'm like, I'd really like to call at these ducks, but
Just leave them in the bag.
until I get the, hey, you gonna call? Like, oh yeah, I am. Just waiting for the green light.
If you're invited, don't wait till you get to the woods to say, "Oh yeah, I need to leave early."
Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
good one.
Don't do that, especially if you're hunting with me, because that'll be the last time.
I will intentionally stay late.
Let's see. What's a good do? What is something that
Leave it better than you found it. Leave it
That's
the
a
same
good
or
one.
better than you found
That's
it.
a good one. Regulate yourselves so they don't have to regulate you.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Pick up your trash.
Pick up your trash. Pick up your shells. What's a good reason for picking up your holes?
On public, so people don't scout off of your holes.
That's what I
Bingo.
was gonna say.
I had a buddy one time and he said the only reason that he shot those gray shells is because if he forgot to pick one up, they're harder to see than the red ones.
Yep.
Well, that's a great reason.
Oh, when I was young, like the WMA, they had levees all the way around it, pretty close to everywhere that you could hunt, and
Yeah.
you could walk around it, and you'd know if they got into them. Especially like heavy shot hadn't been out for very long, or that nobody around us shot it. But man, those gold shells shine like a diamond out there. So you're like,
Yeah.
I see you over there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. And I mean, also just you're supposed to clean up anyhow.
Yeah.
I say another one for new hunters. If you don't know what's going on, ask questions. That's the only way you're going to learn. Just
Oh yeah.
ask. Don't
Do
just
ask
assume.
questions.
Ask questions.
Ask questions. That's a good one.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to back your boat up, don't be the first person in line.
Especially on opening morning.
Make sure if you are hunting a public place, especially a popular public place, understand the flow of traffic at those places. Like there is a flow at all those places. So if you've never been to one, just go ahead and show up a little bit later that morning, get in line and figure out the flow of that traffic. Because if you don't understand it and you start blocking everybody, you will hear about it.
Oh yeah, you'll come back to your mirrors knocked off.
Oh, I have fear of like messing up the flow of traffic at boat ramps, man. It's a big fear of mine. Is this hot tea? No, this is not hot tea this
It's
time.
not hot tea.
What
It's
is
just
this?
water. It's just water.
Just water?
Yeah.
No ice?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you like water lukewarm or cold?
Yeah, room temperature.
Why is that?
That's just what I do.
My wife likes it like that because she can drink more faster.
Yeah.
That's her
Easier to
reasoning.
drink.
I like
Better
ice.
for your body to
It don't hurt
digest.
my teeth.
Really?
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay, I got off topic.
Okay. Do have your boat ready to hit the water when you get up there. Don't get up there and
Absolutely.
unhook everything and take
Absolutely.
your transom saver off. You're sitting in line, have that dude ready to go. If you got a mud motor, have her warming up on the way. That way, when you hit the water, you're ready to go.
Absolutely.
Have all your crap in. Don't get there and then decide, oh, this is the time we need to unload the truck and look for stuff. You've had the whole time you're sitting in line to do that.
Yeah, at the public boat ramps, you need to have everything under control. If you have a wild dog, put him on a leash.
Yep.
If you have one that you got to put on a leash, have that dog on a leash at the boat ramp. We don't want dog fights, and you don't want to hear somebody holler, Hank, get over here.
Quit peeing on that.
All right, y'all got any more? If you think of more we'll just add it in if
He's
it's just
got one.
like
He's
one
ready.
pops up. Yeah.
Don't claim every duck as yours.
I love it when I hunt with people that claim every duck. Because I'm like, here you go.
Yep.
It's yours.
How many you got on your lanyard over? 6. Boy, you got to unload that gun.
Unload that gun. You're
We
done.
ain't party hunting today.
That's a good one though. Duck claimers, that'll get under some people's skin. All right. So 3 things you want to happen this season, or 3 goals or something like that. Positive things. Let's think of some positive things here. Who wants to go first?
I've got a good one, at least for me. I want all my stuff to work at the end of season.
Dude.
You mean you don't want everything to be broken down in a pile?
I don't want leaky waders. I don't want jam shotguns. I don't want side-by-sides busted and sitting in a field somewhere. I want a truck that can get me home. And
You don't want to have to be put on suicide watch on the last day?
Yeah.
That's I mean, I don't think I've ever heard somebody say that as like, these are one of the things that I want. But honestly, that's a good one.
When you go through it, I mean, yeah.
He was in it last
Change your
year.
perspective.
we need to get you a therapy session for that last weekend of season, don't we?
There's a bunch of bottles right there.
A lot of therapy
I love
had.
it. Yeah. Dude, I mean, if I'd have been you though, I'd have been the same way. I'd probably been like, yep, I'm done. Forget this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That we didn't hear from Barrett for a few days, and it was like,
Them scars still run deep.
text Jamie. I was like, did Barrett make it home? She's like, yeah.
Nobody's talking
it's
to
not
him.
good over here.
Phone was off. Mm-mm.
Yeah. My looking forward to is in that kennel right there. Like I want her to start out the season picking up and kind of learning it, and by middle to late season knocking them out,
Yeah.
So that's it, and then just getting to hunt with the 4 of y'all as much as we can, because I feel like last year we didn't really get to hunt together as much as I would have liked to.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So I'll go kind of off the dog. This will be year 12 for my dog. He's definitely slowing down, have some arthritis starting to set in, but I would love to get him on at least one good one this year. Let him pick up a greenhead and just enjoy the day with us.
That needs, like, the day that he goes, that whole hunt is about him.
Yeah.
100%. Oh, man.
Weather's been cooling off. He's been riding in the truck with me lately. You can tell that he knows it's getting to be that time. Seeing the camo come out, it's putting a little bit more pep in his step.
yeah.
I went looking for Owen's dog vest in the garage today because I was like trying to get some stuff together and I couldn't find it. I was like, where the freak is the dog vest? And when I finally found it, I picked it up and I put it where it was supposed to go. And like he perked up. Like he was like, whoa, what are you picking that up for? what are we about to go do? Yeah, he was like, I remember this. He was smelling of it. He was all excited. I was
It's
like,
crazy.
It's not go time yet. It's not go time just yet. I would say 3 things definitely is Owen. I want to see the progression.
I thought we were going one at a time. I have a whole list.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
I'm going one then. Main thing is I want to see Owen. I know he's improved from last year. I'm hoping that he'll get one that I can like mount and say, okay, that's the one. Because last year I didn't get one that I was like, this is the one that I want to mount for him as like, honorary for the dog. He did a lot of really good things last year. And I've talked about it on here before, the 5 that he got in the cattails that I didn't think we were going to get any of them back. That was by far the most special hunt, but none of those felt right. Like I was like, this was a great hunt, but I don't necessarily want one of these. So we'll see if he gets one this year. Then I'm like, okay, that's the bird. That's going on the wall.
What does that scenario look like for you in your head? Like, what is the perfect moment to mount that bird for him?
Well, I don't know. I do know one thing. Like, I mean, there's obviously, like, if he brought back a banded bird, that'd be great. If you brought a black duck back, that would be something, or a pintail, something like that. That would be cool.
But just say a greenhead. What does that have to look like for you?
So what I'm thinking is probably going to happen is Leah's going to go duck hunting with me at least once or twice this year. So if she was to shoot a greenhead, and make the retrieve on it, I'd be like, okay, that's part his. That would definitely be one that would go on the wall. But aside from that, it would have to be a mallard that he got that I didn't think he was going to get. Mm-hmm. Something like a crippled bird that he's got to go 150 plus to go get, or crash through a bunch of stuff in the trees and chase it down. Something memorable, like, dude, there's 100% no way I get that bird back without that dog. Mm-hmm. That's what it's got to be.
Cool.
Yeah.
So water over knee deep.
Yes, exactly. Water over knee deep. So yeah, we can figure that out. Gadwall water.
Did y'all have anything else, or did y'all?
No, we're good. Everybody's got. You said one at a time or whatever. So there's got to be
but
more.
I didn't know
I gave you all mine at once.
Yeah, he did.
I don't want this to break. I don't want this to break. I don't want this to break.
I guess I'll go again then.
Go ahead.
I have absolutely zero control over this, but I have duck hunted my whole life. I started when I was 6. I'm going to be 30 this year, and I have never killed a banded duck before. I've been on hunts when they've been shot, but it's like I was not pulling the trigger or I was behind a camera. Mm-hmm. I did not kill it. So I would love to kill my first band this year.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
And then Owen can go get it. And then we'll do rock, paper, scissors to
see who gets the bird.
Who gets the bird?
No, honestly, if it was your first band, you would have that bird. That wouldn't be.
You'll keep the band.
No. You keep the band too. Yeah. I mean, we already know that you're gonna claim the band while we're out there to figure out where it was from, like you did the wood duck last year.
Yeah.
Nobody else would give me the number or their information. I didn't keep it.
I went to get the replica made, and they were trying to look up the card, and they were like, I don't see the card. And I was like, I don't understand. And I was like, Matt Covington. And they're like, oh, yeah, here it is. I was like, that son of a gun.
We wanted to know where it came from.
Yeah. Where did it come from? I forgot.
I don't remember.
Don't remember?
What's the card say?
I don't have it.
Oh, so I mean, I guess I led into the other thing, saying that Leah's going hunting. So that's the other thing for Leah to kill a bird. That's one of the top 2 or top 3 things. Just see her kill a duck, go hunting with her, go hunting with the kids. That's going to be an interesting hunt.
The boys have been before, haven't they?
Reed has been multiple times. Reed's killed his first duck. Hudson, we tried to go last year, me, him, and Reed, and that failed miserably. All because I didn't bring 2 packages of Pop-Tarts. I only brought 1.
Yeah.
And they couldn't split the 2 in the package. That was not...
Should have just ate both of them.
That was not... I should have just took them and threw them in the lake. Said, fine, ain't nobody going to have none. But
nobody gets a Pop-Tart.
Here, Owen, you get them. You're the best behaved of the 3 anyhow. But no, yeah, that mistake will not be made this year. I'm taking a whole box of freaking Pop-Tarts. They got to eat them all. Mm-hmm.
Throwing up on the boat ride back.
One of those
you're
like 6,
eat it and you're gonna like it.
One of those 16 packs. I'm gonna open it up when we get there and say, "Get to work." Those got to be gone.
Where are you gonna take Leah?
I'm not gonna say.
Oh, no, I didn't know if it like so. You're planning on her hunting public.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going the Sunday after Worlds.
Okay.
That's already planned.
Okay.
We're going the Sunday after Worlds because we're already gonna have childcare at the house. So like, well, we'll go then. Mm-hmm. And I have a place picked out where I'm like, we can probably stand on either dry ground or very, not much water, and the wood ducks will probably be there. Yeah. So, and I know they're probably going to land there. So I'm like, okay, we'll get a wood duck most likely, hopefully, fingers crossed, but we'll see. We'll see. Y'all want to go too? Y'all want to go too? You and Jamie?
Leah scares me.
Why?
I don't want her to shoot me.
She's really good with a pistol. She's got good muzzle control. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Yeah, she's good with a gun. She may not hit her target, but she's going to be at least pointing in the vicinity of it. Yeah.
So she's even better with a shotgun.
No, she's really good with a pistol. She's probably a better shot than me with a pistol, to be honest. But the shotgun is a little more foreign for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm the reverse. Like, shotgun's comfortable. Pistol it's foreign to me, so I'm not as comfortable with those.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Marissa's going to go hunt with me a few times this year too, so I'm excited about that. So who knows?
Mine's staying at the house in the kitchen.
Barefoot and not pregnant.
Got the apron on.
She better get back to them dishes if she's listening.
Well, Barrett won't be going hunting anymore this season.
Yep, it ain't even started yet.
His truck's going to be broke down because all his tires are slashed.
You guys just slow roll by the house. Don't stop. She'll slash them.
She'll hear it and be like, where's that side by side? All right, what else y'all got?
I guess my third one is more just on a personal note. I've been really bad in the past about judging a hunt off the number on the stringer. I'm definitely coming out of that kill phase. I think a lot of it was I was working in outdoor television, and if you didn't kill something to make a show, it wasn't a successful trip. So just subconsciously, I've taken that into my personal hunts, and I'm wanting to really slow down and just enjoy the whole experience. If we kill one duck, we kill all of our ducks, or we don't kill anything, just enjoying being out there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love that. And I've never thought of that as far as like filming and that being, you know, a subconscious thought of like, we have to kill for this to be successful. I've never thought of that as being something.
We're paid to make TV shows. So if you don't kill anything, you don't have a TV show.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to hunting with Matt and his dad again. That was a lot of fun last year. I really enjoyed that.
So I got a question about that then. Okay. So how difficult would it be for us to say, all right, we're all four going, you're leaving the camera at home?
It wouldn't be difficult.
I'm not going then.
Bear's like, I take a shower and get my hair done every morning when I know Matt's going to be there.
Got that self-tanner out.
I would be fine not filming. I'd want to have a camera because I love taking pictures. That's always been a passion of mine, whether I'm getting paid to do it or not. I love photography.
Okay. So it is a love thing.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
for sure. 100%.
I just wanted to make sure. That's not some sort of anxiety thing that we're putting on you.
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
No.
Good. I don't want that. I don't want any anxiety.
No, I've never felt that way with you guys.
Okay, good. Duck hunting's supposed to be fun. Barrett?
It's not.
Except for when Barrett shows up with moose in his hair.
Pomade. Dapper Dan, man.
Even at Christmas.
He's bona fide.
He said, I ain't leaving until I get a new profile pic.
He brings his frozen ducks with him.
I do not do that.
Okay, so my third one is I want to learn something new. Like I've got a few places in mind. And that's kind of always every year. It's like I want to learn something new because I've talked about it here. East Arkansas is still new to me. Like this is only like the fourth year that I've been going that direction. So I've got a lot to learn, and I still have more than I'm like, okay, I want to check this new area out. I want to see what this looks like with this water on it. There's a lot that I want to learn. So that's number 3 is learning something new for next season and the next season. When my kids get older, like, okay, now I know because of this mistake not to go here when the water's this level. I need to be here. So my kids will hopefully have a better learning curve than what I've got right now.
So you want to learn a new area?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's something new? Okay.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, even some of the same areas that we've been to, the water is going to be at a different level than when I've hunted it in the past. So it may be better, it may be worse. And I've got to go there. The only way to find out is to actually go there and do it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get down with that. That's a good one. I'm looking forward to shooting a 20 gauge this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Me too. Maybe I'll have some migra shells by the time season gets here.
Why are you looking at me? I don't work for Migra.
I'm just messing with you.
They have been shipped. So
they've been shipped?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have them.
Oh, I thought you already had them.
No.
Okay.
Treating them like those fiochis. You got to come hunt with me.
No, the Federals. It was Federals last year that I never saw.
That is not true.
There was a case of them in the back of the truck, and I heard on multiple occasions.
Every hunt, if y'all need shells,
get one.
go grab them. Freaking Forrest. I can't get through one podcast with you.
You should take that as a compliment. If I'm not messing with you, that means I probably don't like you.
Yeah, he wasn't picking on you. He wouldn't like you.
You should. My fishing buddies, I pick on them way worse than I pick on y'all.
So you like them more than us?
I do.
Okay.
No, of course not.
Barrett's leaving.
How many best good buddies do you have?
I got a lot of best good buddies. I tell everybody they're my best good buddy.
You're just digging yourself a hole.
And you can't get out of a very deep hole.
We don't feel special at all.
Why do y'all not feel special?
Yeah.
I spent my whole day thinking about hanging out with y'all on the podcast tonight.
I don't know how to take that.
Y'all ain't special. We're moving on.
Oh, I have one more thing I'm looking forward to.
Well, that's too bad. Go ahead.
I'm looking forward to this cold front that's coming through next week.
That was what I was going to bring up after.
Well, see, when they're listening to this, the cold front's going to be here.
I'm looking forward to that cold front that came through last week.
Hopefully, yeah, because we're recording this the Thursday previous, yeah. But anyhow, yeah, we're there. The forecast from what we're looking at right now, we've got a cold front coming. There's actually some more rain that's supposed to be coming. I'm like, dude, this is setting up. Fingers crossed, the best opening day that we've had in a while. Mm-hmm. I really hope so.
Boy, y'all better not talk it up.
I'm always going to talk it up. I'm one of those, not a realist, always optimist. Get my feelings hurt.
I will say birds are starting to show up. We've noticed it a lot more driving around the past couple of days.
That's true. You and Tyler both today were messaging about seeing some more snows and seeing some more ducks. And I mean, the snows are a really telling thing. Yeah. Like when they start showing up, stuff's happening. Yeah. Those specks are always early, but the snows, it's a little bit different with them.
Yeah. I've been from Stuttgart today to up around Pumpkin Bend today and then back.
So I don't know where Pumpkin Bend is.
Pumpkin Bend's east of Augusta, in between Augusta and Wynn, just kind of north.
Gotcha.
And I went basically to West Helena today and back. So we covered some ground.
Yeah, y'all did. All right. Yeah. One thing you need to have that is not typically talked about.
That you need to have?
Yes, that you need to have.
First aid kit.
That's a good one.
What did you say?
Manners.
That's a good one too.
Common sense.
Common sense is a good one. And manners.
Manners. That's a good one. Okay. Yeah. All right. I was thinking something more physical.
They're lacking.
I went practical of first aid kit.
Yeah, I like the first aid kit answer.
A trauma kit, know how to use it. That would be preferable.
Okay.
Do y'all? I mean, I know you carry one. I've got one. You got one?
What? A trauma kit?
Aid?
No.
Floaties? Yeah.
Oh. I need more of those.
Just broke last season.
Yeah.
Oh. I always tend to forget my freaking headlamp. That's one that for some reason I always end up forgetting. I do, and I don't know why. I know I'm going to need it, but
that goes back to the don'ts. Don't shine your headlamp in your buddy's eyes when he's backing down.
Or in the back glass.
Yes. If you're back in the boat, down the dadgum ramp, turn your lights off.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Golly.
Yes. Turn your park lights on if you're at a public ramp backing down, so that way people can tell where your truck is and your trailer is, but you're not high beaming them.
Exactly. The next person is preparing to come back there. I mean, good Lord.
I'm the worst at that.
At least you can admit it.
I'm in a hurry. I'm like, the boat's getting in and we're getting out of here. I don't have time to worry about my lights.
He's already playing defense with all the other hunters.
Yeah. He's jackknifed the boat in the boat ramp.
I don't do that. I get it in there. Lights are on. We get out.
I tell you what, one of the things with Barrett that drove me nuts the first year that we started hunting together was you had that Tundra and those side mirrors. Those side mirrors were the foggiest things I've ever seen.
They were like non-existent.
You were like, hey, go back the boat down. I was like, bro, blindfold me. I can do better.
He would get out of the truck as soon as we get there and run to the boat and jump in and be like, back me down. It's like, I can't see a thing.
Those side mirrors are so bad.
They were bad.
Turn the light bar on the boat so I've got an excuse, please.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Bad. Yeah.
God, that truck was amazing, though.
I'm a Toyota fan, so I liked it aside from those side mirrors. Golly, I'll never forget that though. Never ever forget that.
I'd forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, it'd be the brightest blue sky, sunniest day, and they're still foggy. They're just foggy.
I'll tell you one thing that I need to remember, but Tyler always has is his Leatherman.
Dude, I don't leave home without it.
That's a good tool to if you don't have one. Put in your blind bag. That's a good one.
I literally use that multiple times a day. And if you don't carry one, you should. I mean, it's got at least everything you want on it. And it's got a clip to hold in your pocket.
Or a buddy that has one.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
A good knife blade, good scissors. I mean, it's got everything on it you could ever ask for.
I mean, I asked for it at least a few times during season.
Oh, yeah. Especially back when we used to hunt all that private ground, and we use Mojos all the time and the set screws.
Yep.
Well, always had to have it to like tighten a set screw or break them loose.
Because we've got old school Mojos.
Yeah, they're not the magnetic ones. They're the wing nut that always wedged in there, and you could not break it loose because your fingers were frozen.
There's just something you need to carry extra for this year. Go ahead and bring some extra batteries for your spinners. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and remember that because there's going to be plenty.
Do new ones even take batteries, or are they all the lithium? Like,
don't ask
inside
me.
now.
I don't have any. I've still got the set screw stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. A jerk string. Bring a jerk string.
Yeah. Jerk string's a good one.
Even if you don't use it, keep it with you. You never know when you're going to need it.
What
That's
about
right.
a battery pack for your phone? External charger, in case you get in a bind.
I do have that in my bag.
Do you carry one?
I will now. I just had that idea.
I've got one of the solar ones.
Yeah, that's what mine
Fold
is.
over the top.
Okay. Good deal. All right. Let's see what I had on here next. Unless y'all think of something else. Okay. We're getting more into some more serious stuff here. Here's a question I had. I said, are public land guys getting in their own way? And what I mean by that is people lining up at the boat ramps and posting videos that are promoting competition and stuff like that. Do we get in our own way?
I think this is a dead horse that's been beaten. I think the answer is yes.
Okay, well,
Resoundingly.
I wanted to have conversation, but Barrett said he doesn't want to. So
right, so moving on.
It is,
What else you got?
I think that's just a known yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get in our own way because people they get to, almost said it, get to whining and complaining.
I almost said it.
Ooh, you almost made me cuss. But people get in their own way because they go to complaining. Well, oh, the mud motors are this, or oh, these guys are getting here too early, or oh, there's too many people here. All you're doing is making more rules and regulations to follow by complaining so much. Like, once everybody's complaining to the point to where they outlaw mud motors, then what are they going to complain about next? Oh, well, it's because they're 2 strokes. Well, now then all you can run is a 4-stroke. What are they going to complain about next? Stop complaining.
I've said it a ton. There are enough anti-hunters out there that want to
Yes.
come for what we do. We shouldn't give them any more of a reason. When we divide ourselves, the fight's not against each other. I'm not saying the fight's against them, but we shouldn't give them a reason to have a little bit more ammo.
We shouldn't have a wedge that they can put in there.
Yeah.
That's kind of like bow hunters versus
Bow
rifle
hunters,
versus crossbow.
Reaping a turkey,
Yeah.
using decoys, not using decoys, using spinners, not using spinners, public, private.
Mm-hmm.
We're all hunters, guys.
can't we all just get along?
Oh, you beat me to it.
So, well, I have a question here though too. So, when it comes to social media and Facebook and all this other stuff, you see boasting and whining and complaining. So you see the guys that got them, and you see the guys that got their feelings hurt. Okay, you don't ever see anybody get on there and post, "Hey, I had a good hunt. Didn't have anybody around me today. Killed 3 wood ducks and 1 gadwaller."
Because ain't nobody going to like that. Nobody stomps that like button.
But what I want to get at is, what do you think the actual percentage is of people having hunts like that versus people having these squeaky wheel hunts?
60, 70%, I'd say.
60, 70% of good thing.
Total of the hunts like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like I killed 3 or 4. We got in, nothing broke. We had a great hunt, had hunted with some good guys, maybe met somebody new. That's probably a majority of it. But those guys are just like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm content. I don't need to beat on my chest or go complain to the masses. Like, we're just happy to be there.
Or they know that if they do post it, they're going to get drugged down the sidewalk.
That too.
So,
Yeah.
That too.
Oh, you ain't a killer. You ain't a killer. Killer's going to kill. And you ain't a killer because you didn't kill him.
Well, I'm just curious, and I say that because
Was that directed at me?
The killer's going to kill part was.
I say that because the powers that be, if they don't hunt public and all that they see is what's on social media and what they hear, then it's the only thing that they're hearing, squeaky wheels, and not the actual story.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that could be a possibility?
Could be.
I think it's a reality.
Thank you. That's all I really wanted to say is we don't have to listen to Facebook and social media all the time. If we aren't hunting public and aren't actually out there and seeing it with our own eyes and figuring out what the actual issues are, then is our voice actually, does it mean anything? That's all I got to say.
Wow.
Well, do you want to keep going down your negative path and get on what you wanted to? I don't know if we have anything positive to end with anymore, though.
Oh, we got plenty of duck season's about to be here. That's a positive.
Okay.
And there is a bunch of water.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there could always be a lot less.
I wish I would been closer to like the Biomeda area where I could have went down in there and looked at it today.
Oh, I've been looking at the numbers for that. I'm not going to say numbers for anywhere right now because it's so close to season. Do your own due diligence. Sorry, but
well, where they're at today and where they're going to be by the time season gets here, it's probably going to be different.
It's going to be different, but still. Okay, so what's today? The 14th?
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure. So this got posted on the 14th today.
Is that the email they sent out, the waterfowl report, or is this something else?
No. The title is Permit-Based Waterfowl Hunt Drawings available at agfc.com.
Oh, I lied. I did not see this. Talk to me about it.
Now, there are permit places and draw places like, Raft Creek is one, the W. Rice stuff. Let's see, Raft Creek, W. Rice, Frog Bayou. What's another one? There are little sections of certain places. So that's not new. That's not anything like outside of the, what we already know. But the guy that wrote this, I like him. I've been around him. I've fished around him. He's a good guy and I like him. But
what's his name?
Randy Zellers. Okay. I mean, they're going to look it up if they see it anyhow. So anyhow, let me find, y'all go ahead and talk for just a second about what you think I'm going to go to, but I want to read how they make this look.
I think you're going to read how they make it look.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know what to talk about.
I don't either.
This is your thing.
We better
okay.
Get on this.
Let me read this paragraph. Although most public hunting opportunities in Arkansas are open on a first come, first served basis, hunters looking for a chance at a prime duck hunting spot with minimal competition have the opportunity to lock down guaranteed space at a few locations throughout the state through the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission's online draw system. So, I get it. You have to make it look good. But the issue that I have with this is you're trying to make it look like the draw places are better than everything else out there. The way that's worded, which I can guarantee you, if you talk with people that have hunted the open spaces, they will tell you that it's not. Maybe 1 or 2 days, but it's not.
I just feel like it's what's the scene in the Hunger Games where they're like rolling out the idea of what's going to happen?
I don't remember it, but the fact that you compared it to the Hunger Games is funny because
it's the pilot program that's coming. I mean, why would you even release that? Name it that.
These places have always been draw. There's nothing new to that. But the fact that you try to make it look better than being open,
but exactly.
I take issue with that because I already don't like draw systems because it eliminates people's opportunity to hunt places. And I get draw stuff for turkeys. I get draw stuff for deer because we're managing herds, we're managing flocks. I get that. Right? We don't do that with waterfowl. They're going to migrate. They're going to go wherever they want. The only thing that we can actually try to manage is pressure. And the way that we've tried to manage pressure with the out-of-staters, it obviously hasn't worked because we keep changing it. Right?
So, in my opinion, which I haven't read the deal, but just the title alone makes you, to me, it's conditioning. Like they're conditioning you, getting to change that little bit of subconscious to start prepping you for, and this is draw and this is draw.
They just push to see how much resistance they get, and then whenever they hit that point, they back up a little.
It's like if you put a frog in a skillet,
boiling pot.
Yeah, boiling pot, and you just slowly turn the heat up. He'll stay there. Yep. Yeah, he'll stay there. You're exactly right. So
we're
anyhow,
on to you.
Yeah, we're on to you. Got you. Got you.
Turn the heat down.
Anyhow, like I said, I get they have to promote it, to let people know that it's there, but draw system, it's not better. It's worse. You're going to run people out. I'm never going to change my tune on that. I actually
compare it to communism.
I don't know.
If you're not watching on the video, Forrest just gave Tyler a look.
I don't know where to go from there.
I'll go ahead and say that I bet we continue to see that style verbiage over the next year or two.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
You're not making me happy.
I know, but I mean,
Well,
So,
it's going to take
let
people.
me- let
It's
me-
going to take people to quit complaining,
Yeah.
band together, and go to these meetings and say that is not what we want. We do not want this. We do not want more draw systems. We do not want you to try to control this, which is what they should have been doing whenever they were putting in the stuff about the mud motors. Like, it's a slippery slope. Once you start down it, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So
how do we? I think
And
the avenue that you're supposed to take.
I doubt it's we're in trouble, or I doubt it's they're in trouble. We're in trouble because they. I mean,
yeah, that's what I meant.
yeah. No, I get what you meant, but I was just thinking like, I mean, they can essentially continue doing what they're wanting, and we can just sit here and twiddle our thumbs.
Yep.
Do what they want. Y'all keep going. Let me look something else up.
If you hadn't said something, we would have. Now
Yeah.
then, we're like on the spot.
Yeah, now I'm waiting to get me fired up, and I don't even get that fired up over this.
Oh, the draw system fires me up. The fact of like
I couldn't tell.
public land, and then you say, "Nah, you can't be here today."
Yeah. And a lot of it's like, oh, we're managing pressure. Well, you're just moving pressure around. You're not managing it because you're moving it to another WMA, and all those birds are getting pushed because you got twice the amount of traffic in there.
Okay, so, and I don't want to bash the Arkansas Game and Fish. Don't think that I'm bashing them.
He's got his club out.
That's not no. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I do want to speak I want to speak my mind. I want to be honest and bring up facts. Okay? So here's a fact.
You've ran Matt off. He's
Matt said,
like,
I don't know if I want to be a part of
camera for this.
All right. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission's mission is to conserve and enhance Arkansas's fish and wildlife and their habitats while promoting sustainable use, public understanding, and support. That's their mission statement. Does any of that say provide public hunting and fishing opportunities?
It didn't in that statement.
It says promoting sustainable use,
Yeah.
which would be like the use of it over time. But it doesn't say anything about providing more hunting and fishing opportunities.
Public access.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't say a single thing about that. So just understand, that's not in their mission statement.
Is to give you free access.
Exactly. That's not in their mission statement. Their mission statement, did you hear it?
No,
I'll read it again.
I was outside
He's
coughing.
gonna walk out with you.
He's like, dang it. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission's mission is to conserve, I think I said that right, conserve
There you
and
go.
enhance Arkansas's fish and wildlife and their habitats while promoting sustainable use, public understanding, and support. Does any of that say that they are supposed to provide hunting and fishing opportunities?
No, not in that.
That's their mission statement. So anyhow, yeah. So yeah, the if they're going to do what they want to do thing that you just said a second ago, it feels right.
Well,
It feels like you're exactly right with that.
But it doesn't have to be that way. Like if, again, like what Tyler said, if people would actually get together and, which we just talked about the competition between social media and all this that creates the division. But if people would actually form, which there are groups, I mean, the DU guys, some of the DU guys and these small banquets, which I don't know how much of that is actually pulling guys together versus just coming in to do auctions and pay money and drink. But again, I'll say what I think, but
Yeah.
I think that people will have to get together and band together if you do want to prevent changes like this.
And I mean, I will admit there have been times that they have changed course because of the public's opinion. They have done that. They're not always just like, we're not listening to y'all. Y'all don't matter. It's not. They don't do that all the time. So I don't want it to sound like that. But again, it does not say that they are going to provide as much public hunting opportunity as possible. They're gonna err on the side of the resource before they err on the side of hunting opportunities. I kind of get that. But there's also got to be that balance, because if you take away too many hunting opportunities, you're going to take away the sport of hunting. It's just a fact. I mean, it's a fact. The less opportunity that people have to do something, why would they do it?
Right.
I mean, that's plain and simple.
Well, I mean, and we've talked before. I mean, the second that you go to, if Arkansas turns into a draw or a permit deal on public land, I've lost the motivation to hunt.
Here.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
how does that work? Do you have to be there that morning to find out if you got drawn, or is it like the night before they tell you?
they had
I've never been drawn.
Exactly.
Hang on.
Exactly.
Now, at Raft Creek, it's all online now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was about to say it's all online.
Because I'm
And
going off of what Barrett, especially if you have to like show up and draw that morning.
Yeah.
I ain't waking up and driving over there.
other states, it's like that. But the way it is right here, like they give you hunt dates, like
Okay.
this dates are the hunt days, and the application period looks like a week before, and then the draw date is the day after the application period. So that's how it works. Which I guess is fine because you know ahead of time, like, okay, we're going to get to hunt here this weekend. So, I mean, if you're going to do the draw system and be a part of that, you get to know ahead of time, like, okay, this weekend we get to hunt here. Great.
Is it a single day? So is it an application per day? Or is it for the weekend?
I ain't never participated. I couldn't
Raft
tell you.
Creek's for the weekend.
It's for the weekend? Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Because I was about to say, if
I'm pretty sure it is anyway.
I was just thinking, like, if they drew you and they were like, okay, you and your group of four,
four.
yeah,
four
can
of
go
you
in
total.
on Saturday, and you get
It sucks if you got 4 kids.
right,
Sorry, Timmy, you can't go today.
yeah.
You were bad.
Boys.
Sorry, I'm fired up. When I get fired up, I just get spontaneous.
I was just thinking about, okay, if Tyler gets drawn and we're going to go hunt, but he only got drawn for Saturday and no one else got drawn and no one else got drawn for Sunday, and we get in there and we see that the birds are working over here, but we sit here and watch them all morning and we can't go hunt them tomorrow over there. Like, we just get to sit there and watch. Like, that's
Sorry about your luck.
that's frustrating. So
Yeah. So before we get back on positive, and I hope you got some good positives, but I mean, sitting here looking at this and you hearing that and the commission and all that, there's a ton of public ground that is landlocked that you can't get to.
What do you mean?
Like, if there's no public access into it and it's just landowners all the way around it, it's landlocked. You can't get into it.
It's just more private land for those
Yeah.
for those landowners.
Those spots are probably really good.
So
we wouldn't know.
I would, I don't know. They're landlocked, but that's something I don't know how you address it or how you fix it.
Yeah,
but
so like as a landowner, how would you feel about that? Like
if I own the land around it, I'd be like, well, that's great. I can get into it. But at the same time, if it's
I'd be running
paid for
permits
by-
to cross my.
Yeah.
Y'all pay $5 each.
$5 a day.
We'll put them in a hat and I'll draw you out and you can access.
That's a good idea. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the solution to that is. I mean, because then you get into, we're basically gonna go in and we're gonna, what's it called?
Eminent domain.
Yeah, and a roadway into your property to go over there. And I mean, I don't want to see that, but at the same time, I don't want to see my tax money going to pay for lands that we can't even get to and can't even use.
That's true.
So
I know out west there's a lot of land swapping that goes around that they'll swap with a private landowner.
Well, what is it?
They
It
turn
was
something else into public.
Was it Wyoming that they had the
corner crossing?
corner crossing?
Yeah.
Have y'all ever seen like the public private for Wyoming? It's literally a checkerboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Illinois got a
ridiculous.
lot of that too.
That's
It's like
ridiculous.
right at the corners they'll meet, but it'll be public here and public here, but it's private right. They butt up at the corner post.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how do you get to that?
I'd be curious to look and see what the law states. And remind me, I may ask somebody that I know, but because Arkansas is a right to access state, and if public land is landlocked, I don't see how they can say, well, if you own the land and everybody, for instance, if I own 5 acres here and you guys all own the property around it, you guys can't prevent me from accessing my land.
That's a private landowner.
Right, I know, but why would it change if
I don't know.
public, technically that's public land?
Mm-hmm.
It's still right to access, I would assume. That's why I'm saying I'm going to ask, because I'm curious now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to know too.
Because I don't know if they could. I mean, I'm sure they could find a way to do eminent domain to put a road in to get back there, but
They could, but I mean, if you're being offered a land swap,
Right.
then
or why not
why
they
wouldn't
just
you?
pay the landowner an easement so they can put it in? And
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you've got access to, let's say, another 40 or 60 acre block of timber that floods and you didn't have to pay for it, you don't have to pay taxes on it, but it's your you've added another 60 acres. Like, if I'm that landowner, I'm be like, sure, yeah, I'll hunt it. Like,
no, I get it.
I'm not going to not hunt it. You know,
I'm just curious that's what it's for the private citizen, for private land, the rule. I wonder what it is for public land surrounded by privately owned.
Public land is you can't access it if you can't cut across
that's
private
the rule.
property.
You can't
That
cut
is the
across
rule.
private property.
I'm gonna check on it. I don't see how they can actually say that. But
So if you had a WMA in your backyard and you have a fence around your backyard, you're saying that you would be okay with them cutting a hole in the fence?
No, I'm not saying I would be okay with
Gotcha.
it. I'm just saying from a legal standpoint. Like, I wonder what the actual legal verbiage is on it.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not saying that I would be okay with it. And I get it. Yeah, it's a public piece of land surrounded by private owners. Yeah, technically, I would be trespassing crossing your land to get to it. But I'm curious at what the law says about that parcel of land that's back there.
Mm-hmm.
So, because, for instance, I know, and you know, of public land that is landlocked pretty much around it, but there is a waterway that makes it into it that if you're willing to get up the waterway, you can get to it. So, I mean, I'm just curious what the
And I think I've
what the
only
law
ever
says.
seen maybe 2 people the whole time that
2 of them were sitting in the tree.
yeah, maybe a third, but not very many. But I mean, you have to search for them to find them, you know, and figure out how to get to them and how, you know, and that's if there's a waterway getting to them. I mean, I know of several that are completely landlocked. Like, you cannot get to them, and it's like, if I were the landowners around it, I would be like, no, I want it to stay the way it is. Cause I mean, I'm getting to hunt more land and.
Oh yeah, I get it.
And I couldn't fault anybody for that, for feeling
I mean,
that.
I can't either. If it were right here out my back door, I'd be like, yeah, stay the way it is.
Yeah.
You have a gate up front for a reason.
That's right.
All right. I'm tired of negative.
All right, let's get back to it.
Okay, and I didn't tell y'all this because I just thought of how we're going to go back to positive like just a second ago. So, just off the cuff. So, here's what we're going to do.
Oh gosh.
If you're at duck camp and it's like the night before duck season, y'all are sitting out by the fire and you're hanging out, what do you usually do? You usually talk about stories from the past, right?
Yeah.
So I want to, if you can think of a story real quick. Sorry guys, y'all looking at me all weird, man. Y'all.
Well,
golly.
I was going one direction. Tyler was going there. I was like, I don't know what we're supposed to do.
I don't know what we do. We sit at the fire and just
We
have a
sit
whiskey.
Normally, yeah.
Well, you usually you're talking duck hunting. So I want to hear stories from the past. I'll start so y'all can think about it because I was like, okay, what's a good funny story from being around you guys? Like, it has to be a story that involved us. Okay, can't be it's got to involve us.
Okay,
All of us?
No, not all of us at the same time, but at least one person from the table. So what I'm going to reference now, it's about Matt. So
Maybe this was my story.
yeah, well, sorry.
I'm just hoping Matt doesn't tell my story.
So this is a hunt that we were all on, and I think it was 2 years ago, and it was the first time that I think I ever went to White Creek. Okay, and I rode in with Tyler. Me and Zach and Corey did, and we got there, and it already felt like a fiasco because there was already a bunch of us.
You're telling the story I wanted to tell.
Maybe that's why I went
You can tell the
first.
same story in a
From the
different
other
part.
So anyhow, we got to where we were going, but we didn't walk all the way in just yet, I don't think. But anyhow, we hear Justin go back to pick up Barrett and Matt. That's just a couple's name is Bat.
I love it.
Anyhow,
Gosh.
we just hear on y'all's way back, it's just noise. It's like, it's just noise.
what it was.
It's loud. Like, we could hear people talking, and it's like, it's just noise.
Screaming.
When y'all get back and y'all finally get there, all I can remember is Matt like taking this beeline over to Tyler and like just talking to him. And I'm like, I don't know what that was about, but it seems serious. And anyhow, you want to carry on the story from there?
Yeah, I'll add onto that story a little bit. So the rest of the guys went ahead, got set up. It was me, Barrett, and Huck back at the truck, Barrett's dog. So we were waiting, and Barrett and I are like, they're not coming back. It's been like 30 minutes. Nobody's coming back to pick us up. I'm like, we might as well go to the McDonald's or something because they ain't coming. Finally, it sounds like somebody playing pinball with their duck boat and just a motor coming back to us, bouncing off trees. And then out of the brush, here comes Justin with his headlamp. I'm like, all right, let's get in the boat. Here we go. I don't know how many trees and logs we hit on the way there, but we ended up high centered on a stump, and there's no getting off of this thing. We're using the paddle. We're using the motor, trying to back up, go forward. We're not getting off this thing. Finally, somebody has a great idea. Let's see how deep it is. We're high centered in 6 inches of water. So all we have to do is step out.
You would think the guy running the motor would have tried to get some depth on the prop.
Justin Lowry. He wants to be on the podcast so bad. Here you go, Justin. You're on the podcast.
He's going to be like, well, I got to get on there and defend myself now.
So
I want to add real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
On that, before we high centered, it was either before or after we high centered, we took a hard right hand turn and caught the edge of a stump, and it tilted the boat to the edge. And I grabbed Matt because Matt's eyes were this big, and he had a hold of his camera bag, and he thought he was gone. Like, we were like, there. When he took that turn, I was like, Matt's out. Like, it's just a rock skipping across the water. Like, there he went. And
he had his life jacket on.
Oh my gosh! I was like, "This is
my camera bag and my my thing to pull," which I found out later.
With no CO2, he just sits there
pulling on a parachute with nothing in it.
Yeah. So we step out of the boat, and in the chaos of everything, I wasn't thinking. So I lean up on the motor, on the muffler on the motor. I burned myself through a duck oven, a heavyweight hoodie, and a lightweight hoodie. I still have scars on my freaking arm from Justin's boat. So that was, is there anything else out of that story you want to tell?
I blacked that one out. That one was...
there's more to it from that.
Yeah, we're going around the table.
Okay, all right.
I only remember Matt's eyes. Like, I can't see anything else. There was just terror. It was just terror in his eyes, and I was like, I'm gonna have to save Matt and kill Justin. I gotta get us to the hole. Like,
you're on your own.
Apparently, though, you'd have fell out. It'd have been like Little John and Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Stand up.
What do you remember?
Oh, dude, when y'all pulled up and Matt beelined over there and he like goes to the hole, sets his stuff up. Well, he's just stone faced. We got done with the hunt, and before we ever get back, Matt's like right next to me. He's like, "I'm riding with you." I rode out of there. We had 8 guys.
Well, hold on, before you ride out of there.
I'm not there yet.
I know. I'm not to where you're wanting to go either. We get done with the hunt, and Justin was like, "All right, guys,
That's where I was headed.
I'm gonna need some help." Okay, continue. We're not to the boat ramp yet, right?
No. Okay. No, we're putting stuff in the boat, and Justin's like, "Hey guys, I need some help." And we're like, he's like, "I got the boat stuck," and we're like, "What does it look like?" We look over, it's dry docked, a foot and a half out of the water completely,
in a blowdown.
He shimmies across a log that's down across the creek, a tree. It was a whole tree. And he's like, "Are y'all going to help me?" Matt's like, "Get in the boat. Let's go." So he somehow gets out while we're backing up and putting 8 guys in the boat.
I ain't getting back in his boat. I'm riding with y'all.
There were only 3 guys in that boat. And they
didn't know better.
They fly past us. We come around the corner as we round the last corner, and all you see is the nose of the boat
sticking out of the water. The rest of it's completely. You see his buddies up on the bank. His decoys floating down the bayou, and the nose of his boat sticking out of the water, and that was it.
Golly.
I'm just glad it was him and not me. Man, that makes
it could have only been him and not you.
That's the only way I can laugh at it. Like, if it had been me, I'd have been so upset. But he took it in stride. Like,
he did.
Oh well.
I will say that he had a positive attitude about all of it.
Justin, here's your podcast appearance, buddy.
That was so funny. That's probably the funniest duck hunt I was on last year.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 2 seasons ago.
Oh, man, guys.
Y'all got another story? It pops in your mind? Because I've got one already.
I've
with
got
that
one. What's yours? Go. I think it's hilarious that all four of us thought of the exact same story.
I know, right
that
off the bat, that was the
'cause
first one we
where I
thought
was
of.
going immediately.
Well, let me say this. So this would have been one of those hunts you would not have heard about on Facebook because we only killed 2 or 3 birds.
That's what I was fixing to say. None of that story even had anything to do with the actual hunt. It was
Exactly.
all getting to
I
it.
enjoyed
Yeah.
that experience.
It was the whole
when I
adventure.
got back in y'all's boat, not in Justin's boat.
You didn't enjoy it there at the time, right? Well, part of it you probably did, but
Once I
some
was
of the
safe
things-
with y'all, I enjoyed
When
it.
she's seen his boat sunk, he's like,
Yeah. That's why I didn't ride back with you. But again, it wasn't about the numbers that we killed. We're all sitting here just dying, laughing, loving this because of a hunt that we killed like 2 mallards on or 2 wood ducks or
I'm just
something.
glad I lived. I'm not enjoying this.
I'm enjoying this. It's awesome. This is what duck season's about, man. Getting stories like this. Okay, so the other one. So this was the first year that we started going over there. Okay. We got it in our heads like, okay,
Over where? What are you?
I got to turn the air
East
down.
Arkansas.
Okay.
We weren't in the White River Refuge. We went to the Cache River Refuge this time.
Okay.
We decided like, okay, nobody's going to drag their boats to get into this one lake. We're going to do it. I bet this area hasn't been hunted. There's going to be ducks back in here. So Barrett, Tyler, me, and a whole crew of kids and Clint Chapman decided we were going to drag 2 boats.
I've still got the picture from this.
A shirtless Jackson.
All of us were. Everybody's shirts off.
We drugged these boats, got in there. We're all excited, like, whoa, we got a spot. We're going to kill them. Ain't nobody around us.
Yeah.
We shot 2. We shot 2 wood
We
ducks.
barely shot them.
And then I remember just sweat. And then we were trying to drag the boats back, trying to get back on the bank. I got video of Barrett like dry docking his boat, trying to get it as far on the bank as he
Yeah.
could. And it was a really cool video. But anyhow, like we're also right by the highway and like there's all these vehicles driving by. And I'm like, I really feel like I should have my face mask on right now because this is just flat out embarrassing.
I was really hoping that everybody was like, oh, I wonder if they got in there and killed them, and then somebody tried it after that. Idiots.
Yeah. There's probably somebody that saw it like, well, bringing the kayaks back next
Exactly,
time. That'd be a
yeah.
whole lot easier than what they're doing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that was a good one.
After the Justin story, my brain immediately goes to the day we killed him in the sleet, and I laugh because
Yeah.
I remember Tyler calling the shot. They had filtered down through. We unleashed, and I look over, and Forrest is still behind the tree.
It was
looking the other way.
It was such a good group of ducks that I was like, dude, we haven't had a good group of ducks like this in a while. I was like as close to that tree. I was like, be the tree.
Yeah.
And I was huddled up against it. And it was a big tree. And these ducks came in on the opposite side of the tree. And Tyler says, get them. And I remember looking up like, golly, they're 50 yards away. And I was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. Like, well, I didn't get nothing. And y'all are hooping and hollering and happy. And I'm like, what are y'all happy about? And then I finally realized like, well, all 15 or 20 of them or whatever came in like 15 yards on the other side of the tree. And I had no idea.
There was a whole wad, and they were just doing this before.
What did you do? Right
I fell in because I was like, I had shot 2 or 3, and I was like trying to get to them. Me and Huck are racing each other, and I tripped over a log and landed flat on my face. And it was like what, 30 degrees or less?
if that,
yeah,
yeah.
25. It was
Oh
crazy.
my God.
And it was blow and
Yeah.
sleet.
it was cold.
It was one of my favorite hunts.
You toughed it out way better than I would have.
Yeah. I went back and pulled off one of my jackets and swapped him, gave him a jacket.
right.
'cause
That's
I was
right.
like, I'm warm. So here.
It got cold.
Barrett was wet from shoulder down.
Yeah.
I was warm from joy though.
Oh yeah, yeah. But what made it even better is like everybody fired up and left right before that.
Yeah,
Like, they were like, I'm not doing this. And as soon as they did, the ducks were just like they were up moving, and they were like they didn't circle, but maybe once.
And they just dropped.
yeah, that was like, yep.
Yeah.
I feel like I won today.
We did. We
All
did.
One group.
Yeah.
That's all it takes sometimes. Just one good group to get down in the trees like that, which I don't know what it looked like, but it sounds like it was cool.
It looked amazing.
It looked incredible.
Yeah.
But anyhow, like that, one group like that makes a hunt, you know?
Yeah, especially the way they came in. Like they started on one side of the hole, started filtering in, and they like wrapped all the way around. So
it
it's
was
like
beautiful.
everybody had ducks to shoot, and it wasn't like one wad right in front of you. except for Forrest. None of them landed on between him and the tree.
I'll never forget looking up being like, okay, I guess we're shooting at them this far, but all right.
Because Barrett pulled up, man, he's just walloping on them.
They were like 15 yards from me.
Yeah, they were right on top of Barrett.
Yeah, so everybody shoots, and like I look over and Forrest Barrel's still doing this. It was great. I was like, shoot. Oh, yeah. And then one with Drake where we were hunting in Trump, and the current, he jumps out to swim. He's swimming. He's not moving anywhere. He's just in one spot. And we're like, all right,
Just get back in.
Come on in here. You gave it your best shot. Like, that was a really good one. But the hunts with Matt and his dad, those are really good too. Just watching them.
Talk about those.
So we hunted a spot over on Beecham, and got there that morning. You know, it was cool just watching like Matt, like, oh, here you kind of see the roles reversed from when as a kid and his dad going of like, all right, you stay here, I'm gonna go set decoys, and now then it's like Matt like, hey, you stay here, I'm gonna go set decoys, you know, and then just watching them two act together. I mean, it was really cool, and then it didn't hurt that we killed a good number of birds that day, and like it was just. I mean, it was the day we killed a widgeon, a pintail, and that white curled mallard. Like that was a hunt I'll remember for a long time.
If you remember, we almost left that morning because it was foggy. Birds weren't working. We
Yes,
couldn't
it
see
was.
anything. We're like, man, we're wasting our time. It's just like, let's wait a little bit more. Let's
Sun
wait a
didn't
little bit
pop
more.
till like 9:30.
And then,
Yeah,
magic.
Katie barred the door. Yeah, it was really good.
Love it.
But some of my favorite hunts from early on is when the three of us and we went over to Russellville and hunted. Like those were fun hunts.
Did you get to go to Russellville?
No, I've never been to Russellville.
Oh no, he went to
Worcester. Yeah.
Worcester Hole over there. That's when he started. You and me were hunting before then. Yeah.
Oh, the next one that I thought of was the first time I got to go to Beecham. And I guess this was 2 years ago. And we hunted the main channel next to Trump Hotel, but it was low. Like, it was low. There was
season.
Like, dude, I was like, there ain't no ducks here, but wood ducks. Didn't see nothing. Didn't see much. Well, okay, let's go looking around because it's still kind of new to everyone. And we went to, I don't know what y'all call the place.
Murder hole.
We went over there, and I mean,
Well, it was named that after that. It wasn't.
I'm talking about
it was nothing
it's
before
all
that.
you hear is ducks. And I was like, whoo, this is about to change.
Yeah.
This hunt's about to change right here. I don't know how we're going to sneak up on them, but it's about to change. Oh, yeah, yes, we did jump shoot them. I ain't above that. I'm going to do it. But it was like we sat there for a little bit and just watched ducks. And I had my camera, and I was like, y'all go shoot them. I'm going to stay back here, and I'm going to film or do whatever I can get. And when the shooting started and everything's like the ducks start coming up and it's like, boom, there's ducks dying and there's this good bit of shooting. And then all I hear is Barrett dying laughing.
I still
just dying laughing. And I hear Ben like, keep shooting. Barrett's like, I don't have any more shells.
The man was angry that I was not.
It was the last day of the first split.
That's right. It was the last day of the first
remember
split.
that, yeah.
That was why we snuck up on it. Was because like we can't hunt them tomorrow. They'll have plenty of time to get back in here. So it was like, let's go shoot them.
I had forgot about that. And then watching you watching everybody else is done shooting. We're out of shells. It's like, Forrest, here, take my gun, go up there and shoot your birds. And they're still just coming in.
I was too short. I couldn't see the buck brush is too high. I couldn't see what was coming. It was oh man, I felt like a child.
Birds like, all right, get ready, right now, shoot.
They were gone.
Oh, dude, that was so much fun. That was a good day.
But yeah, listening to y'all laughing while I was sitting back there, like, I mean, it was just ducks everywhere. They were everywhere. And it was cool because I was like, I can tell which one's coming and which one's probably about to get shot.
Yeah.
And I could video it and see what was about to happen. And that was really cool on my part. Or for me anyhow, but like listening to y'all laughing and cutting up because of the absolute chaos that just ensued after the shooting started was, oh man,
It was like a pheasant
awesome.
hunt. Like,
Yeah.
it was just bird. You get a 6 or 8 pop up here, 10 here, and then all of a sudden there'd be one just like right at you. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going this way.
Yeah.
That one was fun.
That day at White Creek in the ice last year too, and we had to bust ice walking in there with that
Yeah.
old John boat that we found up on the bank.
That was leaking like a sieve.
That was good.
Yeah, that was a good hunt. That was one of those memorable hunts.
That was one of my first ones back after Crew was born.
That's right.
It's like I just got to get out in the woods, and we were done so fast.
Yeah.
Take a
we
drink.
we sit there.
If you listen to the last podcast, take a drink. My voice cracked.
What else you got?
Oh, I mean, I've got more. I mean, dude, I remember a bunch of hunts that were fun. I can either, okay, I'll let y'all decide. I'll tell you the places and y'all pick. I've got Beach Up stories or I've got White Creek stories.
Take your pick, man. I like either one of them.
Were we all on them?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you were on one of them.
Well, tell the one I was on.
Tell the one that you were on. Okay. No? You weren't on the White Creek one.
Oh, I wasn't on that one. No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Just
the all-day
tell the
hunt?
story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell that one.
Oh my gosh. If you've listened to the podcast for any amount of time, you probably have heard me talk about how much I'll hunt until
This was a fun.
the dark, so we go back because y'all had just killed them in the ice at White Creek.
Yeah.
And so you're like, well, we're going to go back to the same spot and do the same thing. Just repeat the process. It's going to happen. And we tried it. The ducks had changed. I guess they knew the ice was too thick or something. I think we ended up killing a couple wood ducks like in the hole. And we sat there for a little bit and like you could hear ducks and you could see low flying ducks. It's just like, God, they're somewhere on some sort of open water. And I did something this is a do's and don'ts, and it's definitely a don't in my opinion. If you've got a group of hunters, you don't just leave your group and just go roaming around like that. I don't like that when people do that. But at this point in the day, I had finally gotten fed up about like, they ain't coming here. I got to go find what they're doing. And with Tyler's permission, I started walking around. I think I even asked you like, okay, how far can I go? Where can I go? And where's the line? So I start walking around and it wasn't easy because there was ice just everywhere. You had to walk on ice.
Oh, yeah.
And I finally, I'm listening to some ducks. I'm like, okay, I'll get a little closer. And I finally find this area where you can see land drops off. And I'm like, I bet there's bayou or creek or something there. And I sneak up on it and there's ducks. I'm like, okay, there's ducks. There's open water. I snuck up. I shot one. I didn't kill him good and clean. Came back to get Barrett and Huck. And that started the chaos when I came back to get Barrett and Huck.
Yeah.
Because it was you and Zach. That's who was with us, was Zach Flanagan. And y'all had started picking up. Me and Barrett were trying to get this duck. It didn't work. And then we realized, these ducks are just swimming around in this bayou and we can sneak up on them. So we started sneaking up on stuff. And finally, Barrett and I got to one spot and we're like, okay. We saw some fall in or something or other. We're going to sit here for a minute. I was like, you stay here. I'm going to go get Zach and Tyler.
It was the worst mistake of your morning.
It was a mistake. It was a big mistake. So I come back and y'all have got everything packed up. Y'all are like, all right, we're about to head out. It's over. We're done. And the next thing I hear is boom, boom. And I'm like, dang it.
Forrest at that point says, I told y'all to come on.
We got to go. Come on, let's go. We got to go. And we get over there. Barrett shot 2 greenheads, I think. And and at that point, we realized like, okay, they're sitting on the water. They're just swimming up and down this bayou in the open water. And we turkey hunted them the rest of the day. We sat there and Drake whistled the rest of the day. And I don't remember. I think we had like 4 birds and ended the day with 11 birds.
I thought it was 12. It was like 12.
Maybe it was 12.
Yeah, it was a solid number.
But I mean, and we hunted all day for them. But like at the end of the day, I was like, I feel like I hunted these birds
fun.
today.
I felt like I hunted too. I was exhausted.
Oh, yeah, but it was great, man.
I felt like I hunted and I was at the house. I kept texting you guys. I'm like, did you leave yet? Are you done? Are you done? Finally, at sunset, I get a text. We're out. I'm like, y'all stayed all freaking day.
It was
a lot of fun.
Glorious. Exactly the same thought. It was a ton of fun because it was just, we hunted so many different ways. We had a great time, and it wasn't like...
And we moved all over the place.
We moved all over the place. We flat hunted the birds.
Yeah.
We did what we needed to do to get birds, and that, like, I liked that. It's like, I don't know if you go work out or something, and then after the workout, like, that was hard, but I felt better afterwards. That's what it felt like.
I never felt that way.
Well, I felt that way about that hunt.
Working out, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I know. That was...
I always said, why am I doing this to myself?
Well, I mean, Barrett's across from me. I was like, well, he works out. I can say this. So maybe he'll catch on.
I haven't felt better lately after working out.
But dude, yeah, that was fun. Drake whistling them in and just watching them like come swimming up looking. Like,
Yes.
that was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a totally different way of duck hunting.
And all four of us are like, don't move. Wait till it gets behind a tree. It was like, it was literally turkey hunting.
It was exactly turkey hunting.
And then as soon as they get behind a tree, you see a gun swing on it. It's like, you're done.
It was.
I'm pretty
we
sure.
tackled.
I think Zach was doing it with his mouth 1st.
Yeah.
And we had some gadwalls, like it was a group of gadwalls, and they wadded themselves up and screwed up and got behind a tree. And
made
it was
a
like,
mess.
I see people. Yeah, that was, oh my gosh.
It was
that
like Braveheart
hilarious.
with the guys in the woods. You see the barrels come up.
Yeah, that was a fun hunt. And even though we killed a good number of birds, like we laughed and joked the whole day while we were out there. Like we were just talking, all of a sudden you'd hear something, you're like, well, you go back to hunting for a minute. Oh, that was a lot of fun.
I don't know why, but some of my favorite ones are the ones that, and I'll just go ahead and tell the story. The place that we used to go opening day every year.
I thought about that place today.
That's the place I was talking about for me and Leah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
Absolutely.
But we were out there with your boy from Ty.
Oh,
Time
yeah.
and Cash.
God, I laugh, and one of my vivid memories of that hunt is because Forrest was to my right and he was behind a cypress the size of a Volkswagen.
Again, this
I
happened.
don't know why he picks the
I
biggest tree
don't
out.
either.
Barrett's over there behind a sapling.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't see me. We had a group of like 50 wood ducks come in and land on the water, and we go to work, and Forrest is still holding his gun behind them.
No, I mean that's not how I remembered it. But what I remembered was like they were coming up the lake, and I was behind that tree, and y'all were hollering at me, "Shoot him! Shoot him!" I'm like, I don't know where they're at.
That Forrest is like running 6 steps around.
I was about to say I had to take 5 steps to get around the tree, and by that time they started leaving, and I was like, "Golly, you'd have thought I'd have learned the first time."
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that one. Yeah. Well, the Beecham story was us 3 were hunting. I think we started the day at White Creek, and it didn't pan out.
Moved.
oh yeah, that's right.
And then we went to Beecham, and I was like, okay, cool. I mean, we'll try something new. I like moving around, trying something different. We got in Trump Hotel and got up there in the blind. I think we got in the blind because it was trying to rain or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember exactly the reason, but the water was super low. Like there was actually no reason to be up there other than to just be like, wait, we can sit down up here. You know?
We can be out of the rain.
Exactly. And this lone greenhead comes in and he lands and we give him everything just to kill him.
He was way out there.
He was way out there. We wound him and he goes swimming over. Well, anyhow,
God.
as the shooting happens, there are dog openings at the top. Okay. And we had 2 dogs. We had Huck and we had Owen. And after the shooting stopped, we had Owen in the blind. And the next thing we hear is poosh, Huck's in the water. And I'm like, I grab Owen and I pull him back. Owen's already bug-eyed. He's got big eyes like, bro, jumped. It's 15 feet down, bro,
That was the second
jumped.
time he did it.
He's done it twice.
Because I was there the first time he did it. We had another situation. A bird sailed, and it was Huck, and I had Drake with me. So we just jumped in the boat and went.
Drake was like, I ain't jumping.
Yeah. So we got in the boat and went to the bank to chase this cripple. And I looked back and saw a group of ducks working, and we kind of stayed still. They shot. And then all of a sudden I heard, oh, kasploosh.
It was enough time. Barrett goes, he leans over and he goes, he jumped.
Huck jumped 20 feet out of that blind.
What
He brought the bird back. So.
both times he brought the bird back.
It was enough time when he jumped and Barrett said he jumped. I looked over and watched him
hit the
go
water.
underwater and come up. He come up online and just went, picked it up and come back like nothing happened.
The pause, I remember that. I was like, is he going to hit? Because I looked at you and said something, and we still hadn't heard him hit the water yet. Like, it was...
It may have happened that
flapping.
quick, but it felt like it took like 10 seconds
Yeah.
for him to hit the water.
Right.
It's like, how high are we?
What? But in my mind, like I know he's jumped
Got his
twice,
ears out.
but I haven't seen it. Is he doing flips? Has he got full on dive? Like how is he landing? I want to know how he.
graceful. It was just...
About halfway down, he was like, this is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he thinks that. I think the only thing that's going through Huck's mind is I'm going to get that
That's
bird.
the only thing.
He's like,
Yeah.
Drake's not beating me this time.
Drake was in the boat. Drake was like,
More snacks for
"Not
me.
even getting wet."
Drake's like, y'all still cooking breakfast this morning, right?
He gets roasted every time I post one of those videos of us making breakfast in the blind. They're like, that dog didn't miss any breakfast. Like, no, he didn't.
Bro, that dog's 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's done his job. He's on retirement.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Do y'all have any more stories?
I'm good. It's been fun.
It's been fun. Okay, Matt's ready to go.
Once you have more stories, then we'll have more fun.
I mean, I can sit here and think of a million stories, but
Oh, yeah.
it's always fun to end on stories, especially we got duck season coming up, talking about all the fun stuff that's happened in the past. Hopefully more, I mean, I know more fun stuff's going to happen this year. Hopefully it's a good season. Everybody be safe out there. Again, regulate yourselves so they don't have to regulate us. That's a big deal. Wear your life jackets.
Wear your life jacket.
Y'all got anything else?
That's what I was going to say. Wear your life jackets.
Yeah.
Kill switches too if you're running your boat.
Yep.
If you're wearing an inflatable, make sure you got CO2 cartridge in it.
And you have to have it on. If it's not on you, it does not count. It's not like a regular life jacket.
Mind your manners. Use common sense.
Mind your manners. Use common sense. Good luck out there. Praying for a good season. I don't know what else.
It's here, fellas.
Praying for a good start to season.
Yeah.
We got great conditions. We just need birds now. I mean, we're seeing more and more, but we need that good push of birds to really just like sear it in. Like, I think if the season gets off to a good start, people will not be as whiny and complaining.
I sure hope so.
At least at the beginning.
All right. Well, good luck, guys. Thanks for listening. If you've listened this far, we'll catch y'all on the next one.